Good to have you with us here at Cruise1st TV. It's Derek and Joe here to showcase all-inclusive world wonders now with the biggest globe-trotting adventures with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yes, some very exciting ones we have lined up too. We're heading to sun-kissed wonders of Greece, Turkey and the Adriatic for June next year, with a stay in wonderful Istanbul. We also have Southeast Asia in our sights for early 2027, where you could be taking in the sights and sounds of the Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand and more, with exciting city stays mixed in.
That sounds very nice indeed, doesn't it? And on all of these Norwegian cruises, enjoy more at sea perks, so you can enjoy the journey with specialty dining packages, premium drinks, shore excursion credits and Wi-Fi, and the most stunning and glamorous ships. Let's get underway then with an enticing escape to the Caribbean and beyond next year, flying out of the UK on the 29th of January to start 18 nights by heading to the Big Easy. We're going to New Orleans in the States. I wasn't expecting that. Wonderful. So you can enjoy the jazz, the bars and the fabulous atmosphere here. And we're staying in a hotel for 3 nights. Very, very different city to spend some time in, Joe.
It's incredible. Wonderful. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in New Orleans. I have good friends down there. And from Louis Armstrong Park, which of course named after the famous jazz musician, to French Street, where you can see all the music, listen to all the music, and of course famous Bourbon Street, head to Reservation Music Hall for that iconic experience. New Orleans is absolutely going to turn your head for all the right reasons, and you've got to head to the Café du Monde when you're there. Then it's time for us to sail, that's right, out of New Orleans to fabulous cultural wonders on the Norwegian Escape for 14 nights. Yes, a lovely amount of time to sail, of course. You get full 2 weeks to get the proper Norwegian cruise line experience and everything that has to offer as well. Freestyle cruising at its best, which is, I always say, it's like no shirt, no shoes, no problem. Relaxed vibes. It's all about the laid-back atmosphere when you're in the Caribbean as well. But should you want to dress up, you absolutely can. But they just give you that option. You know, you don't have to do anything. And I love the fact that there's no, you don't have to be in the dining room at a certain time. You don't have to be in the show at a certain time. It's all down to what you want to do each night, and every night can be different for you, which is wonderful. And this is a beautiful ship. She is completely full to the brim with amazing activities, loads of things to do and enjoy. Aqua park, you know, you've got the aqua racer there, which is a tandem water slide, or free fall, which is one of the fastest water slides at sea. So if you're traveling with the family, you're going to be assured that there's loads to do and keep them entertained, but tons for the adults as well. When it comes to food, well, Norwegian is absolutely the place to go to enjoy lots of incredible specialty dining. And you have, you know, of course, you have some specialty dining included, 2 nights in specialty dining included here, alongside your beverages and so much more packed into your cruise fare. Out of New Orleans, we're into Costa Maya first. And Mahahual downtown is a lovely way to explore the Mexican culture. Grab a golf cart or buggy from the terminal, and you've got a swimming pool right there at the terminal alongside ruins to explore. Harvest Cay in Belize awaits us next. Now, Belize actually boasts the 2nd largest barrier reef on Earth, so it has incredible marine life. So if you snorkel or dive, this is the place, or even just get out there on a glass bottom kayak. Then we're into Roatan. Lovely thing about Roatan, where Norwegian Cruise Line docks, you've actually got a private beach right there, which is wonderful. You can head up on an eco walk and zip line tour, or perhaps explore a shipwreck. Do speak to the team on board, they'll help you book. Then we're into Puerto Limon in Costa Rica. The sloth sanctuary is adorable. I loved learning about these amazing animals. Or you might want to head to Tortuguero National Park and do a rainforest zip line adventure through the jungle. Colon, Panama awaits us next. This is what we call a service call, which means that you can go on an excursion. They take you out on the ship, you know, to your individual excursions, whether it be rainforest or traditional experience, or head over to the museum to learn about the canal. Then we're into Cartagena in Colombia, one of the most vibrant and gorgeous ports to visit. Gethsemane is a hip barrio in the downtown area that cannot be missed. It's so vibrant and colourful. And you have the San Felipe Fortress as well. Then we're into Ocho Rios in Jamaica, where you can head over to Konoko Falls, which is actually a less crowded waterfall than Dunn's River. Blue Hole with the natural limestone pools is also perfect for swimming, as is Fern Gully for exploring. Then it's Georgetown in Grand Cayman. From shopping for luxury watches to heading to one of the top 10 beaches on Earth, 7 Mile, Grand Cayman is stunning, and it's the capital of the Cayman Islands. Head to Hell as well if you really want something to talk about back home. We're on into Cozumel next, beautiful Mexico, where just a ferry ride away you can head to Playa del Carmen and some lovely nature parks, Xel-Há and Xcaret, to learn about Mexican history. Very interesting indeed. We're back into New Orleans, where you'll disembark, and we'll fly you back home to the UK.
And what a holiday. In fact, I can't believe we crammed all of that into 18 nights. It felt like 45, didn't it? Which is amazing, actually. I mean, that's a holiday that you can really, really enjoy. And look at the nice balance along the itinerary as well. You've got lovely sea days to enjoy as well. So it's not port, 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 port. You have got some nice sea days as well. And they're the days where you can just, you know, chill out, enjoy everything there is on the ship. You're not missing out on a port, so you kind of feel like you can just sort of completely and utterly switch off. And that is life on board with Norwegian as well. This is such a wonderful trip, and it's so easy too. You can book it today with a deposit of just £199 each. Now let's show you the price first, and then I'll talk to you about what's included here, so that you know that every single pound of this is absolutely squeezed so hard in terms of the value that you are getting out of that as well. And of course, we are talking about early next year, so deposit today will kind of lock in the price for you so it can't move. And that price includes your flights to and from New Orleans, which is a very different place for us to go and spend some time in. And we've booked you in for 3 nights in a hotel there. What an amazing place to be as well. All the jazz, all the music, all the bars, all the restaurants, incredible. And then you join Norwegian Escape for just that. It's a 2-week cruise around the wonderful Caribbean with lovely sea days included and peppered through. You're seeing places like countries like Colombia and Costa Rica. The whole cruise is all inclusive with what they call More at Sea, which is just brilliant. It means that you've got so many extra perks as well. So a full premium drinks package, you've got a Wi-Fi package included, you've got 3 nights of speciality dining, where normally you go to a speciality dining restaurant, there's a little extra cover charge there to pay. Well, you've got 3 nights for the pair of you, speciality dining, no extra charge. Brilliant. And you've got shore excursion credits for every single port that you go into, which just maximises your adventure at the ports themselves. And this is all happening at the end of next January. It really is incredible. Remember, deposits today, just £199 each. Here's the overview of the entire offer. And of course, if you want longer in New Orleans, what an exciting place to be. If you want that 3-night hotel stay to be 5 nights, for instance, or maybe rather than at the end of the cruise just flying straight back from New Orleans, there's something else that you want to do in America, somewhere else you want to go in America, just let us know. We can tailor a holiday entirely for you. Obviously, when we put deals on the screen, we have to put criteria in place because that's the only way we can give you a price tag. But if you want to play around with the stays in the deal, no problem whatsoever, you absolutely can. Now, if you want to get that booked today, 0800 953 4700 is your magic number. We are here to talk to you 7 days a week, and it is a free call. We pay for the call, and we answer any questions that you've got as well. You know, it's the funniest thing sometimes when you're arranging a holiday. You might have the strangest question in your mind and thinking, well, I can't ask that. You can, you absolutely can. Please do call us because it's better than just sitting there and wondering. Now, don't forget that you can stay in touch with all the latest offers that we do in a number of different ways. You can just stay here glued to the channel as much as you like. But we also have our fabulous brochures as well, which we send out on a very, very regular basis. And they are fantastic because they show you things that we don't always get time to show you on the television. And Oh, actually some really, really good offers in there. You should get signed up for one of these. There's 2 ways of doing it. Go onto our website, Cruise1st.tv. You can fill in a form there and we can send them out in the post to you. Or you can actually read the digital editions right now. They are on our website at Cruise1st.tv.
Fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait for you as well. Right, more world wonders with the Norwegian Cruise Line now, all inclusive to the Greek Isles, Turkey and the Adriatic next June over 12 nights. We're flying you over to Istanbul in Turkey first for a 2-night city stay. perfect place to start your trip, and you're here in the summer too. Istanbul is dizzying, vibrant, exciting, varied. From cruises on the Bosphorus through to exploring both sides of the city. In fact, there's an Asian and a European side of Istanbul, kind of spans two countries. You have the Grand Bazaar, Hagia Sophia Mosque, some of the incredible intricate mosaics, beautiful architecture, and then there's delicious food. Oh my gosh, Turkish cuisine is amazing. So are the sweets, in fact. You've got to try those little, what are they called? The little
Oh, baklava.
pistachio. Oh, baklavas.
Yeah.
Yes, so good. Oh, it's time to cruise on board the Norwegian Viva for 10 nights. Now, this is Norwegian Cruise Line next level. Okay, so this is something new to the fleet over the last couple of years, and it's taking Norwegian to a heightened level never before seen. So we're talking about more outside space, 30% more, very much a South Beach, Ibiza chic to all of the aesthetic on board. So it's that heightened luxury vibe that we're experiencing here, mixed with everything we love about, of course, Norwegian Cruise Line, which is the ease, the freestyle. But this is the luxury you've been craving as well. So I love that it's blending two styles here. You've got this amazing racetrack that goes all the way around the deck. My goodness, who'd have thought at sea? This is Prima class, by the way, as well. So you have a much higher crew to passenger ratio on board, lots of luxury dining experiences and lovely beach clubs such as the Vibe Beach Club, which has infinity hot tubs. There's an adult only area, the waterfront as well. It wraps around the ship. You'll see the glass walkway there in bars and restaurants too. Craft cocktails in the Metropolitan Bar, you know, the observation lounge there to enjoy fabulous views, Soleil Bar. So think about more exclusive bars and spaces than ever before seen at, you know, with Norwegian Cruise Line. And we're going to be cruising out of Istanbul and heading into Kusadasi first up, where you can head on out to iconic Ephesus, but also maybe just enjoy a day at the beach. There's some wonderful beaches around this area, and we're there in the height of summer for your sun gazing luxury and beaches. Santorini's up next. Whether it be a stroll downtown to see those beautiful whitewashed buildings against the blue Adriatic Sea, or indeed a trip over to Delos, which is also a neighbouring island that you can visit. It's amazing. Mykonos is great, and you have, of course, just the chilled out beach vibe that this incredible island welcomes, but lovely boutique shopping there, the incredible windmills, delicious Greek cuisine by the ocean. I can't think of anything better. Piraeus is next. For all of you history buffs, of course, this is the cradle of Western civilization. So you've got to head to the Parthenon, the Acropolis, take that selfie whilst you're up there. It'll be well worth the trip up the top, I promise you. And the museum's great as well. Katakolon awaits us next. Now, this is the home of ancient Olympia, where the first Olympics was held. So learn all about that with a trip to Olympia, or the Archaeological Museum of Olympia. Now, of course, you have some shore excursions credit included in your cruise fare here. So use that. $50 per port, which is great, per stateroom. Here in Corfu, you can enjoy just a day relaxing at the beach, or head to the downtown market to see some great finds. Then it's Dubrovnik. Now, Dubrovnik, the walled city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is where of course, King's Landing in the Game of Thrones was filmed. And also the world's oldest pharmacy, the Rose Pharmacy, is worth a visit while you're down there. Very interesting. We're into Kotor in Montenegro next, which is a surprisingly interesting and varied port. They have a wonderful hike up to the top of the castle, which also they do guided tours of, which is well worth the view if you ask me. It's beautiful. Then into Split, Croatia. Breathtaking sights and scenery here, and alongside some of the best architecture you will ever see, and ancient ruins also await you. Diocletian's Palace is well worth a visit while you're in Split. We are then finishing off our cruise in Ravenna in Italy, and we'll fly you back from Venice Airport. Brilliant.
That's fabulous, and that's screaming out actually to spend a couple of nights in Venice as well at the end of this, isn't it? Before you come back. Of course, you can have that to this offer. I love that. When a cruise starts in one place and ends in another, this is really putting the 5-star plans in place right now. And this is for next June as well, remember. So it's a nice big adventure, lots of travelling, lots of places that you come back from and you say, oh, actually, we saw this and we saw that and we went here and we went there and we spent some time in Istanbul as well. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, a deposit on this offer of just £199 right now will seal the deal that we've got for you. And again, so much included in this deal. So let's have a look at the price then for you. And then, of course, if you want to tailor the package, you can very, very easily. We're only asking, of course, for a low deposit today of just £199 each. This is so exciting as well, this package. So it's your flight out to Istanbul in Turkey. You've got a 2-night hotel stay there, so plenty of time to explore and enjoy and see the sights before you join the fabulous Norwegian Viva for 10 nights of cruising around the Greek Isles and Croatia. Remember, this is kind of 5-star cruising. So smart, these ships, they're beautiful. You're all inclusive because you've got a premium drinks package included. You've got 2 nights of specialty dining included for the pair of you. You've got Wi-Fi time, and you've got, as Joe mentioned before, shore excursion credits of $50 per port for you to choose, right, okay, what excursions and which tours are we going to do? It's a fabulous ship as well, very, very glamorous. And you are going to have the greatest time as well. You are going to love the itinerary because there's lots going on in it. You end the cruise in Ravenna in Italy, and then you fly back from nearby Venice back to the UK. So let's check out the overview of the entire offer. And again, let's ponder how you can tailor this a little bit further if you wanted to as well. So, as it is at the moment, you've got 2 nights in Istanbul. If you're thinking, right, okay, always wanted to go there, but you want to spend a little bit longer there, maybe 3 or 4 nights, again, we can kind of adjust that for you. Talk to the team, we'll see what we can do. Then you've got, obviously, the only fixed element of this is the cruise and that 10 nights on the cruise. But around that, you can play around with the stays. Now, Ravenna is not far down the coast from Venice. You're going to be flying back from Venice anyway. So if you want a couple of nights there in a hotel, then again, talk to the team. We can add that to the package to you very, very easily. We talked about how inclusive the cruise itself is. It's absolutely brilliant in terms of drinks being included, Wi-Fi, excursion credits, and a couple of nights of specialty dining. It's absolutely fantastic. And listen, you are just going to have the greatest time on there. It is ridiculous. Now, if you're watching and you're loving the channel because you're thinking, well, this is good, like, you know, it's all good news, it's all holidays, it's all fantastic times, but you haven't yet cruised, oh my word, there is so much that you can enjoy. Let's give you a small taste of life on board.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your ensuite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily servicing provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's always snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment. From Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, and silent discos. So if you want more holiday for less money, make sure you choose to cruise.
You can see why so many people are doing it, can't you? I mean, it is ridiculous. And the more people talk about it, the more people do it, the more they tell their friends and family about it, the more people are doing it. It's ridiculous. So finally in this show, we are off to exciting Southeast Asia with a beautifully put together 18-night package for January in 2027. Yeah, we can put plans in place way ahead of time. We're making the most of this exciting part of the world as well. We're flying first out to Hong Kong, an awe-inspiring city, and we've got 2 nights here in a hotel to check it out. Hustle bustle, new and old all together, Joe, in Hong Kong.
Yeah, new and old. I mean, if you want to shop, this is a brilliant place to shop for everything from electronics to keepsakes and souvenirs and clothing. But at the same time, look at that iconic skyline over Kowloon. You have the Victoria Peak. You can head on up and see some, right here, you can head on up and see some beautiful views over Hong Kong. There's tons of lovely gardens, lots of monuments and shrines, and Disneyland, not too far away. Time to cruise though. On board the Norwegian Jade, we're going to be on board for 12 nights exploring Asia. Dual class, she was launched in 2006, slightly smaller Norwegian vessel as well, which is lovely. So you've got that more intimate experience when it comes to cruising, and you know, getting to know people as well is easier when it's a smaller vessel. I love the restaurant options when it comes to Norwegian Cruise Line. It's always been what they've stood out in the industry as having such diversity and variety when it comes to specialty dining. Now, of course, all of your regular restaurant dining, which you could be eating breakfast, lunch and dinner in there if you wanted 3 courses, is all included, and so is your buffet. But if you want to go for something a little bit more special, you have got a night of specialty dining included on this voyage, which is wonderful.
In fact, two
nights,
one.
that's right.
Yeah.
So you could head to the churrascaria, or you could head and grab some delicious Asian food or Mexican, you know, whatever your heart desires, really. Also, you've got your beverages included. You have your you have some Wi-Fi included in there as well, and you have got $50 per stateroom shore excursions credit for each port. So that's also something that allows budgeting to be made a lot easier when it comes to your adventures. And of course, head to the shore excursions presentation so you can plan before you head into port exactly what you're going to do, because these are port intensive itineraries. Out of Hong Kong, we're heading into Coron in the Philippines. I memean, how beautiful is that? It is the geothermal, the Philippines. So you've got these amazing hot springs you can head on out to on excursion, or the Caluit Safari Park to see some gorgeous animals. We're into Puerto Princesa next, which again is a lush tropical port, known for its subterranean river, and that's a very popular excursion to do. I'd recommend doing that to learn the most about this port and the ecology of it as well. Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia is next, and this will be one many of you are excited about visiting, again for the amazing wildlife. Also, you can head to the Mari Mari village and learn about the traditional customs and culture of Malaysia. Muara in Brunei is next, known as River Mouse. In fact, that's what it means. Now, a tour you might want to do here is the Borneo Island Adventure that includes the water village of Kampong Aya and the endangered proboscis monkeys. So learning about that. We're into Vietnam next, Ho Chi Minh, known as the Pearl of the Far East and once known as Saigon. The Cu Chi tunnels are very interesting, as is the Mekong Delta. You can actually do all of that in a day if you book an excursion. You've got to have a selfie done at the Saigon post office. Then Bangkok awaits us, and this is the capital of Thailand. It is bustling, exciting. Get out there on tuk-tuk to really experience it like the locals. Maybe shop in some markets and see some lovely temples and shrines. Then it's Koh Samui, the largest island in Thailand. It's gorgeous. Whether you're heading to an elephant sanctuary or the Ang Thong Marine Reserve, you will be just dazzled by this stunning island. Now, you're going to be disembarking in Singapore, and you've got 2 nights to decompress in a hotel here. Maybe you'll do a spot of luxury shopping or head to a world famous Raffles Hotel for the Singapore Sling. You've got to see Gardens by the Bay. There's lots of rare plant species there, and it's like a giant greenhouse with the most amazing views. But the orchid garden in the Botanical Gardens is UNESCO World Heritage and has more orchid species than anywhere else on Earth. And also the Singapore Zoo is pretty incredible. So there's lots to see in Singapore, and it's very luxurious as well. You're going to love it. And then it will be time after that to head home, unfortunately, back to the UK. But you've had an amazing adventure to talk about for many years to come.
I wonder how many people every single year we send to Singapore one way or the other, because it's an amazing place to be, an amazing place to spend time in as well. Listen, if you've got top tips on Singapore that we should be talking about as well, always email in and let us know, because we'd love to hear new ideas. You know, if you hear about places we talk about, and you've been there and you've seen something which you think, oh, you really should do this, you should tell everybody about this, just drop an email in studio@cruise1st.tv. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, this is early bird booking. This is for the end of January in 2027 to go and see the Far East. It's amazing. Deposits again are just £199 each, which is great. And our price tag, I mean, how we can guarantee a price tag right now, if you lock this in with a deposit, we're guaranteeing that price tag. And this is for January in 2027. So not next January, the January after. This is just bonkers to be able to say, okay, deposit now, locks in that price, job done. And that includes your flight, which is first of all out to Hong Kong from the UK, 2 nights in a hotel there, and then your cruise, which is all inclusive on Norwegian Jade, such a charming ship as well, so loved. 12 nights with premium drinks, shore excursion credits included, a Wi-Fi package, and 3 nights of speciality dining included as you cruise the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand and Vietnam, ending in Singapore. We've got 2 nights there in a hotel for you as well before you then fly back to the UK. And that's a price that we can lock in right now with a deposit of just £199 each. It is utterly bonkers. Here's the overview of the offer. If you've never been to this part of the world, if you've never seen the Far East and you'd like to do it, it's kind of like a little smorgasbord, really, isn't it, of this part of the world, because it kind of gives you everything. You know, a little bit of time in Hong Kong, a little bit of cruising in the Philippines, and itineraries with Norwegian Cruise Line are just brilliant because they take you to places that not every cruise line is sort of going into every day. You know, places like Kota Kinabalu, for instance, and Coron in the Philippines, amazing. Great to see Brunei as well on an itinerary, but also great to hit the highlights and the hotspots as well. Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, Bangkok in Thailand, Koh Samui, brilliant. Finishing in a different place than you started, having a stay there as well in Singapore before you then fly back to the UK. It's really tempting, isn't it? Really tempting. And a low deposit of just £199 each if you want to grab that deal right now. Now listen, we talk all the time about being one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot. Over 7,000 reviews. You can go and see them. They are all there right now, glowing and very positive. In fact, let's take a little look at a couple of those. We'll start, Joe, with Susan. Would you like to be Susan for a second?
Yes, as Susan says, I've just booked my 3rd cruise with Cruise1st and I come back every time due to their extremely helpful cruise agents, and they're usually always the cheapest, and if not, they will do the best to price match.
Absolutely, we always do that. This one from John. This is our 4th holiday booked through Cruise1st, and once again, Martin in our sales team has been absolutely great. Martin's name comes up again and again and again. Very knowledgeable and helpful. And actually, you'll notice on our Trustpilot reviews that the same names come up again and again and again. All of our amazing team from Farouk and Farah and Martin and Mary and Dali and all of them. Honestly, they are just absolutely fantastic, and you will know who you deal with, and you deal with every time you call us as well. So you build up that lovely relationship with someone who is really working heart and soul day and night to, you know, winkle out the best deals for everyone. They are absolutely amazing. We get the easy job. Really.
Yeah, I mean, and they'll become your cruise agent too. You can go back to them time and time again when you're booking, and they'll know exactly what you want, and they'll get to know exactly what you expect from your holiday too, in terms of your stays and flights and things like that. So never a booking fee. We are your travel concierge without the price of expensive concierge fees.
Yeah, absolutely. And cruise is what we do, as the name suggests, of course. Stay where you are. There's more fabulous offers on the way.
See you soon.